Guys, have you watched the recent news about Thailand?
What news?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thailand is located in the center of mainland Southeast Asia. Thailand consists of two broad, largest geographical areas, a main section in the north and a smaller peninsula extension in the south. Siam, as Thailand was officially called until 1939, was never brought under European colonial domination. Independent Siam was ruled by an absolute monarchy until a revolution there in 1932, and all subsequent constitutions have provided for an elected parliament. A new parliamentary elections were held as promises by the interim government in 2007. Most scholars now believe that Thai came from the northern Vietnam around the Dien Bien Phu area that about 1,000 years ago. According to current projections, Thailand's population will reach its peak at 2028 at 70.4 million people. The current annual population growth rate is 0.25%. As country became more developed, it's common to see decline in fertility rate and an increase in the aging populations. Thailand experienced this transition very quickly between 1970 and 1919, when the fertility rates dropped from 6 births per woman to 2 births per woman. Thailand is the 51st largest country on earth in terms of total area, by 21st in terms of populations. Thailand 88th in terms of population density, with 132.1 people per square kilometer based on the 2011 population figure. While the country is population spread fairly well, a substantial amount of people live in Bangkok and surrounding Bangkok metropolitan regions. Bangkok is located in central Thailand, has a population more than 6 million, or close 30% of the country population. More than 40 million live in the Bangkok metropolitan region. This means Bangkok is much larger than other urban areas in Thailand.
One major political concern in Thailand is the ongoing struggle for democracy and political stability. Throughout modern history, the country has seen multiple military coups alternating between periods of authoritarian authority and civilian leadership. Following 5 years of direct military administration, Thailand switched to a military-dominated, semi-elected government in 2019. Massive demonstrations erupted in 2020 and 2021 as a result of democratic decline and concern with the monarchy involvement in Thai governance. The government responded with a coercive techniques like as arbitrary arrest, intimidation, lèse-majesté charge, and activist harassment. While the 2023 elections were relatively open and competitive, the military-appointed Senate prevented the leading opposition party move forward from forming a government. Instead, the few Thai party, PTP, formed a coalition government with several military-aligned parties. Press freedom remains limited, due process is not enforced, and crimes against activists go unpunished. In recent years, many groups have had rallies and demonstrations in support of democratic reforms such as more accountable governance, improved civil freedoms, and monarchy reform. Despite the new government promise to promote and preserve human rights, impunity for acts of violence remain.
One of the challenges facing Thailand's education system is a lack of resources and funding. Many schools, particularly in rural areas, suffer from a lack of basic resources such as textbooks and advanced technology. This can prevent students from developing the skill and knowledge required for the 21st century. This is because the Thai government's budget cannot control the fields of education, particularly in rural areas where infrastructure development and other pressing needs compete for funding. The government has limited financial resources to invest adequately in education. On the other hand, another critical issue is a shortage of qualified teachers. Thailand is currently experiencing a teacher shortage, particularly in subjects like maths and science. This is because the salary offered to prospective effective teachers in Thailand are frequently quite low when compared to jobs of the same standard, particularly in rural areas. This might prevent them from pursuing a teacher career or cause current teachers to look for better opportunities elsewhere. This can result in overcrowded classrooms and a lack of individual attention for students, slowing their academic progress. For the last point for this issue is the educational opportunity in urban and rural areas differ significantly. Rural students frequently face limited access to resources and qualified teachers. This is because factors like lower salaries and difficult working conditions make it difficult for rural schools to recruit and retain qualified teachers. This leads to a lower quality of learning, which can impede their academic success when compared to urban schools with more teachers and resources.
Air pollution is a significant environmental issue in Thailand, particularly in urban areas like Bangkok and Chiang Mai. The main contributors to air pollution in Thailand include vehicle emission, industrial activities, and agricultural burning. This pollution has significant implications for public health, as exposure to high level of pollutant can lead to respiratory illness, cardiovascular disease, and other health issues, especially among vulnerable population. Additionally, air pollution can harm ecosystem, reduce agricultural activity, and impact the economy through healthcare costs and lost productivity. On the other hand, water pollution is an environmental challenge in Thailand, affecting rivers, lakes, coastal areas, and groundwater sources. The main contributors to water pollution in Thailand include industrial discharge, agricultural runoff, and improper waste disposal practices. The effects of water pollution in Thailand are diverse and can have serious implications for public health, ecosystem, and the economy. Contaminated water sources pose risk to human health through the consumption of polluted water or contaminated seafood. Water pollution also affects tourism and recreational activities, as polluted beaches and waterways deter visitors and harm local economies. Additionally, waste management in Thailand faces challenges due to urbanization and population growth. Waste management remains a significant challenge, characterized by inadequate infrastructure, inconsistent enforcement, and limited public awareness. Thailand generates substantial amount of waste, including plastic, which contribute to environmental pollution, particularly in marine ecosystem. While initiatives for waste reduction, recycling, and proper disposal exist, there's a need a greater investment in infrastructure, improve waste collection system, and enhance public education to foster sustainable waste management practices.
As to wrap up, we have seen that Thailand have facing many challenges in political, education, and environmental issues. It can be seen when they had the ongoing struggle for democracy and political stability. Besides that, they also had struggle on maintaining the education system and environmental issue, which is air pollution, that had affected the country itself. After all, the country that located in the center of mainland Southeast Asia have their own disadvantages and advantages. As can be seen, Thailand is chosen as a destination for tourists to go to. This is because the country itself is rich with their unique culture, delectable local food, and fascinating history. With that, it remarks our news for today, and thank you. We will see you on the next news. So what do you guys can conclude from this news?
In my opinion, Thailand political system still need improvement, even though Thailand political is not direct military administration anymore and had been changed to the semi-elected since 2019, but there are still certain concerns that need to address, such as fundamental right like freedom of speech and peaceful assembly. What do you think?
From my perspective, Thailand education system face a significant challenge. As can be expected, rural areas have more difficulties in their education than urban areas. I also felt that if the authorities also give priorities to this in rural areas, the possibility of this issue will be reduced slightly. To address this issue, all parties should be involved in developing the education system in rural areas so that they can feel the same way that students in urban areas do. So, what's your point?
In my opinion, Thailand is confronting significant environmental issue, particularly concerning air and water pollution alongside waste management. This issue pose serious threat to public health, ecological integrity, and overall sustainability. I believe collaborative effort involving government, businesses, civil society are essential to effectively address these challenges and pave the way for a cleaner, healthier future for Thailand.
Now you know. Thank you for your opinion, guys.
You're welcome.
สวัสดีครับ